This video is for Chemistry in the Earth System, Unit 4.1, Chemical Reactions and Equations. Today's essential question is, how can you predict the products of each of the 5 types of chemical reactions? First main idea, predicting the products of a reaction. During a synthesis reaction, 2 reactants form a single product. When the reactants are elements, the product is usually a binary compound composed of those elements. For example, the reaction of a metal with a nonmetal can produce a binary ionic compound. The formula of the product can be predicted from the ions that are likely to form. A bright white light is given off when magnesium reacts with oxygen. The product of this dramatic reaction between a metal and a nonmetal is the ionic compound magnesium oxide, MgO. When aluminum reacts with chlorine, the ionic compound aluminum chloride, which is AlCl3, is the product. Many decomposition reactions are the reverse of synthetic reactions. Therefore, in some cases, we can predict that a binary compound will decompose into its elements. Thus, sodium chloride can be decomposed into the elements sodium and chloride. Water decomposes to form the elements hydrogen and oxygen. Some compounds that are composed of polyatomic ions decompose in predictable ways. For example, metal carbonates break down to produce carbon dioxide and an oxide. Calcium carbonate in limestone decomposes upon heating, and the products are carbon dioxide gas and calcium oxide. Many acids decompose into nonmetal oxides and water. The breakdown of carbonic acid, which is H2CO3, for example, in a carbonated drink produces bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. The other product of this decomposition is water, which again is an oxide of hydrogen. If the hydroxide ion is present in a compound, which is OH with a minus charge, the products of the decomposition of the compound will be water and a metal oxide. Thus, the decomposition of sodium hydroxide produces water and sodium oxide. Because combustion reactions always involve a reaction with oxygen, the products are always oxides. Combustion reactions that are also synthesis reactions will produce a binary compound. For example, if a hydrocarbon, such as methane, which is CH4, is combined with excess oxygen, the products are carbon dioxide and water. In a single displacement reaction, an element and a compound react. The products are a different element and a new compound. To predict exactly what the products will be, remember that the replacement occurs between elements that have similar properties. Thus, the single displacement reaction between copper and silver nitrate produces silver and copper 2 nitrate. In this case, the metallic copper replaces the metallic silver. But what will happen if silver metal is placed in a copper 2 nitrate solution? The answer is nothing. The silver atoms cannot replace the copper 2 ions. This agrees with the information in the reactivity series. A single displacement reaction will occur if the element being replaced is lower in the series than the element that would take its place. Copper, being above silver in the series, meaning it's more reactive than silver, cannot be replaced by silver. However, if copper metal is placed in a silver nitrate solution, the reactants produce silver and copper nitrate, which is caused by a single displacement reaction where copper replaces silver to produce copper nitrate. In a double displacement reaction, the reactants are 2 compounds, and the products are 2 different compounds. The products can be predicted by switching the ions in the compounds. Therefore, when silver nitrate and sodium chloride react, the products are sodium nitrate and silver chloride. This can be seen as either switching the cations or switching the anions. But not all pairs of compounds will undergo a double displacement reaction. For example, what products form when solutions of sodium chloride and potassium nitrate are combined? It might seem likely that the products would be potassium chloride and sodium nitrate. But when sodium chloride and potassium nitrate are actually combined, there is no reaction. Predictions about a double displacement reaction must be checked against the solubility rules. If neither product is insoluble, then a reaction will not occur, which means no precipitate will form and the ions will simply remain in solution instead of reacting. Take a look at a sample problem. What substance forms when aluminum reacts with sulfur? Again, we are predicting the product. The reactants, aluminum and sulfur, are two elements. The type of reaction that occurs is a synthesis reaction. The synthesis reaction between a metal and a nonmetal produces a single binary ionic compound. The product is aluminum sulfide, Al2S3. At this point, you should be able to generate a full and appropriate response to today's essential question. How can you predict the products of each of the 5 types of chemical reactions?